And something has got my attention, and I had to say something. I've seen demo wa Facebook sijui Mtai, sijui Donald G, sijui Corazon Komboka, and I'm like, you people take Kenyan politics to be a joke. Because the predecessors or the people who are there before, they also don't take public office seriously. In Kenya, for you to become a millionaire shortly, in a short term, in less than 2 years, is be elected in public office. That is just it. I don't think any of these people have anything to offer in terms of leadership. Because for me, I judge somebody's leadership skills based off how they make decisions for their personal lives. If somebody doesn't have a history of making good choices, somebody has multiple baby mamas, somebody has, allegedly slept with somebody's man and they have children, somebody went from, twerking on Instagram and posting, videos and getting through life using their body, and then now they are realizing that they have a law degree that they want to harness and they want us to believe that they actually have what it takes to be leaders. Come on, guys. And I know we were wondering how the likes of Karen Nyamu got into power. It's because of things like this. If somebody doesn't have a track record of making good choices for their personal lives, how will you trust them, or why will you trust them with leadership? And that's why, as much as people don't agree with this, somebody's leadership skills starts at home. That's why they say charity begins at home. When you look at men who abuse their wives, who have a history of multiple women, they don't make good leaders. We know that. And a majority of them in Kenya are like that. When you see men who have stuck with one wife, they're loyal, they treat their children with respect, they grow up in their homes are happy and lovely, the likes of the Railas. They might have other challenges, the Jimmy and Jiggies, they might have, their own lives issues just like any other normal family. But when you look at the track record of these men and women, they can be trusted, because when you look at how they have run their home, is admirable. And that's why in sociology, family is the basic civilization unit of a society. And if this man or woman doesn't have a track record of making right decisions for their family, for their children, they should not be trusted with leadership. And that's why in majority cultures, they prefer people to be in leadership who have a family, husband, children, etc. Some stability, especially America is big on this. Like, if you're not married, you cannot hold public office, because they look at your family and say, oh, if you can run your family, most likely you can run a country or run a constituency. You people, you want to vote for anybody. And I know people will say, yeah, there are some content creators like Jalango who, tried politics and they seem to be doing well. Jalango, before he went into politics, he was doing things for the society. And for me, somebody that I believe should be elected or has the, has the upper hand is somebody like Eric Omondi. That is what you do before you get to power. That's what you do for people to say, okay, you know what? This is somebody who has been doing something for the community, and let us give him an opportunity to serve a larger population. Eric Omondi has gone out of his way to do stuff, yeah, of course, amidst criticism and whatnot, but you can clearly tell me what Kenarji has done. Tell me what Demo Facebook has done. Tell me the Jemutais and the Corazon Komboka. What have they done? What can you stand on and say, you know what, Corazon did this project for this community, sank a borehole, gave books to school, offered menstrual hygiene classes to a girls' school in Kisii. Tell me, that's where leadership starts. You people, you think leadership is just something you wake up and realize, oh my God, I'm such a pretty girl, I have a law degree, let me go and try and be a women representative. And that's why the women representative seat should be scrapped, because clearly people do not understand. You don't qualify for that position just because you're a woman. And that is why we have the likes of Karen Nyamu and other female leaders who are asking women who say they don't have sanitary pads and say, yeah, we used to use cow skin. Because they do not even understand the basic principle of being a woman leader. That's why they call you flower girls, because what are you actually doing? Because when they look at your life, they go to your Instagram, they're like, men will never respect women like that. And I have nothing against women wanting to have an ambition. Do something. Do something that will be your ticket for people to say, you know what, I see potential here. Look at the kind of women we've had in leadership. The Martha Karuas, the current Chief Justice, the Charity Ngilus, the who else? The Zipporah Kitonyis. Look at the track record of these women. And then you people, you have no principle, you have no role models, you don't even read to understand what it takes for you to be a woman leader in a patriarchal society and what you can actually do to change that. You just realize, oh, you have 100,000 followers on Instagram or on TikTok and you think you qualify to be a leader. Shut the fuck up and get out of my face.